Today, we're diving headfirst into the magical, ridiculous, and downright epic world of Isekai anime. You know the deal? Protagonists get thrown into another world and suddenly turn into walking cheat codes. It's like waking up one day and realizing you've accidentally become the protagonist of Dragon Ball Z, complete with absurd power-ups and plot armor so thick, even Goku would blush. This is the countdown of the top 10 Isekai anime where the main characters are so overpowered they make everyone else look like NPCs. Ready? Let's get this Isekai road trip started. No truck-kun required. Kicking off our list is the reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in another world. Picture this. Seika Lamprogue is reincarnated, and instead of freaking out about being in a whole new world, he just casually decides to flex his exorcist skills. It's like if Mob from Mob Psycho 100 woke up one day and said, I'll be a demon hunter now. Seika's tactical genius makes him a human cheat sheet. He's always a step ahead, turning battles into one-sided chess games where he's playing as Magnus Carlsen, and his enemies don't even know the rules. If you love watching someone win so easily it's almost unfair, Seika's your guy. At number 9, we've got No Game, No Life. Sora and Shiro are sibling gamers who are basically what happens when Light Yagami, Death Note, and L, also Death Note, team up, but decide to use their genius powers to dominate Mario Kart instead of catching criminals. When they're transported to a world where everything is decided by games, their unmatched skills make them downright scary. These two could probably solve One Piece's mysteries in one night if someone dared them. Watching them outwit their opponents is as satisfying as seeing Levi from Attack on Titan take down a horde of titans, except, with more colors and fewer limbs flying everywhere. Next up, we've got I was reincarnated as the 7th Prince, so I can perfect my magical abilities. Our hero, the 7th Prince, is the type of laid-back genius who makes mastering magic look like a hobby. He's basically Megumin from Konosuba, but if Megumin actually cared about doing more than shouting "explosion" and passing out. What makes this anime great is how effortlessly the protagonist outshines everyone else. It's like watching Saitama from One Punch Man, but with spells instead of punches. Whether he's studying, fighting, or just flexing his magical skills, you can't help but laugh at how easy he makes it all look. Coming in at lucky number 7 is Overlord. Imagine you're stuck in a game, but instead of panicking like Kirito in Sword Art Online, you say, "Screw it, I'll just become the most OP villain ever." That's Ainz Uelgaun for you. He's like the isekai version of Madara Uchiha from Naruto, except with less talk about hatred and more actual domination. With his endless array of spells and a loyal crew of overpowered underlings, Ainz isn't just a boss, he's the boss. Every battle feels less like a fight and more like a world-ending event. If you enjoy watching someone annihilate their enemies with all the effort of brushing their teeth, Overlord is your jam. At number 6, we've got the Rising of the Shield Hero. Now, Naofumi may start out as the weakest of the summoned heroes, but he has one thing his enemies don't: sheer, unrelenting stubbornness. He's like Deku from My Hero Academia, but if Deku only had a shield and everyone hated him for no reason. Naofumi's transformation from underdog to overpowered beast is a classic zero to hero story. Plus, his ability to turn his shield into the most versatile weapon ever is kind of hilarious. Who needs swords and spears when you've got sheer determination and plot armor? Sword Art Online. Love it or hate it, you can't deny that Kirito is the ultimate overpowered protagonist. From day one, this guy is pulling off stunts that make the rest of the players look like background characters. He's like the Ichigo Kurosaki, Bleach of MMORPGs, always getting stronger while everyone else is still grinding for XP. Whether he's dual-wielding swords or taking down overpowered bosses, Kirito's skills are nothing short of ridiculous. Watching him is like watching Goku go Super Saiyan for the first time. Over the top, dramatic, and ridiculously fun. At number 4, we've got the Eminence in Shadow. Sid Kagenu is a guy who doesn't just want to be powerful, he wants to be cool about it. He's like Lelouch from Code Geass if Lelouch decided to spend his time pretending to be an average dude while secretly running an entire shadowy organization. The beauty of Sid's story is how absurdly over the top his plans are. It's like watching Konosuba's Kazuma try to act smart, except Sid actually pulls it off. If you love anime with a mix of action, comedy, and characters who are just too clever for their own good, this one's for you. At number 3, we've got ReZero. Now, Subaru Natsuki doesn't look like your typical overpowered protagonist. He's not blasting people with magic or wielding crazy swords, but his ability to return from death gives him a kind of plot armor that makes most isekai heroes jealous. Every time Subaru dies, he gets another shot at fixing his mistakes. It's like if Tanjiro from Demon Slayer had infinite retries, but the catch is that he has to feel every painful death. Subaru's journey is emotionally intense, with stakes higher than your blood pressure after watching Attack on Titan. It's an isekai roller coaster you won't want to miss. Taking the runner-up spot is Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation. Rudeus Grey Rat is like Gon from Hunter x Hunter, but with more magical power and way more embarrassing moments. Reincarnated into a new world, Rudeus starts fresh, and by fresh, I mean he becomes a magical prodigy who can pretty much do anything. What makes this anime stand out is its mix of ridiculous power-ups and heartfelt moments. It's like if Natsu from Fairy Tail took a break from screaming "Fire Dragon Roar" to actually think about his life choices. Rudeus's growth is as entertaining as it is inspiring. Finally, at number 1, we have the king, or should I say slime, of isekai. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. Rimuru Tempest starts out as, well, a squishy blob. But don't let the cuteness fool you. Rimuru's ability to absorb skills and grow stronger turns him into a one-man or one-slime army. Think of Rimuru as the Luffy, One Piece of isekai. He's powerful, he's charismatic, and he's somehow always at the center of world-changing events. Watching Rimuru rise from humble beginnings to godlike power is like watching Zoro slice through an entire army. Effortless, fun, and completely over the top. And there you have it, our top 10 isekai anime with overpowered protagonists who put the god in god tier. Whether they're blasting enemies with magic, dominating games, or just being too smart for their own good, these characters are as entertaining as they are unstoppable. So, which of these overpowered heroes is your favorite? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more anime chaos. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, watch out for Truck-kun.